It's Kelly with REMAX Premier Realty, and today we're going to talk about Realtor.com reviews and recommendations. They're two different things, and you can do both on Realtor.com, and one is a little bit easier than the other, but I'm going to show you both methods. So let me just share my screen and we'll get started. So we're going to start by looking at profiles of agents and see what it looks like to a consumer. So the first one we're going to look at Larry Corderaro. If you notice right here, he has got 5 stars. It's 5 little houses with stars in them, and it has the number 7 in parentheses underneath those houses with stars. That tells you he has 7 reviews. These are reviews. And below that it tells you he has 3 recommendations. So let's click on Larry's profile by clicking on his name. We'll open it up, and we'll see the 5-star with the 7 in parentheses right here, and beside it the 3 recommendations. So if we just click on the 5, it's going to zoom us down his profile, it's down towards the bottom, and open up the sections on ratings and reviews. He has a 5-star rating. Again, it tells you he has 7 reviews. Also gives you the opportunity to rate and write a review. If we scroll down, we can see they've given him 5 stars on the various options here: responsiveness, negotiation skills, professionalism and communication, and market expertise. And then they've left a comment. So we'll scroll through those. Those are awesome. Till we get down to the 3 recommendations, and I'll click to expand that section. And the recommendations are here as well. They don't have a number of stars, they just have comments, basically positive comments. And the thing about recommendations is they don't have to be tied to a transaction. So ratings and reviews do have to be tied to a transaction. It has to be about a specific closed transaction. Recommendations don't. They could be about maybe a transaction where he went above and beyond, but it didn't actually close, or he helped somebody tremendously, but for whatever reason something fell apart. But it doesn't even have to be related to real estate. It could be a colleague, a coworker, a friend, a professional connection. It could even be family. Could leave you recommendations. I'll leave that up to you. But let's go ahead and log in and see how we get these. I want to go to Realtor.com and click log in. Right now it's in the upper right. It does move around sometimes, but it's usually somewhere at the top. Now when I click that, I want to caution you with something. Don't log in right here, and certainly don't continue with Google. If it tries to get you to log in with Google or with Facebook, that's going to get you into a consumer account, which you're completely allowed to have a consumer account, but it's not going to help you as an agent get reviews and ratings and recommendations. So let's scroll on down. You're looking for something that says, are you a real estate agent, or something that says professional login. So I'm going to click login there, because that's where we want to go in. We want to make sure we're going in the right place. Now, I thought it would keep me logged in. It did not. It's okay. We'll get there quickly. Yeah, if you ever log in and you're not finding the things I'm showing you on the professional dashboard, it's probably because you've logged in as a consumer, and you'll have to sign out of that and log in as a professional. So once you're on your dashboard, it should look something like this. You should have leads and things mentioned here. I'm waiting for the sidebar to load. There we go. We want to look at this left-hand sidebar, and we want to click, I just updated my profile, not necessary. We want to, if that does pop up for you, it's a good opportunity to review the information in your profile and make sure it's up to date. You always want to have the latest up-to-date information in any of your online profiles. But I'm going to go over to the left and click profile to expand this section, and I'm going to click on recommendations first. So recommendations, remember I just said, recommendations do not have to be tied to a transaction. So I've got an example of one right here. It was given to me by a coworker, but I'm going to click add a new recommendation. So the cool thing about this is if you have testimonials that people have given you on paper, surveys, maybe you used to do paper surveys, maybe they've sent you an email, as long as you have their permission, you can add it to your profile. So the first thing they want is the name of the person who recommended you, they want the date they recommended you, and then they just want the recommendation. They also have a drop-down menu here. If I click on it, you'll see it can be from a client a buyer, renter, or seller. It can be from personal, family, or friend, or it can be from a professional from school or work, or there's even an other option if somebody doesn't fit any of those categories. So you decide who you're going to ask for these from, but those are your options. The next thing is if you have a photo of the recommendation, or let's say a photo behind the sold sign or handing them the keys at closing, you could choose the photo, whatever photo would be appropriate here, choose the photo and upload it right here. You also have the option of a video of the recommendation. If maybe they recorded a quick testimonial on video for you, as long as you host it somewhere like YouTube or Vimeo, you can paste the URL right in here and click the link to check to make sure it's a valid URL. And when you're done, all at the bottom right, just hit save and it will add the recommendation. So the next thing you can do with recommendations is email past clients. You can click this right here on the right, send email, paste in the email addresses of past clients separated by a comma. It'll have a message in here already typed for you, but if you don't like it, you can certainly clear it out and type your own, and then click send email. And it will send an email to your past clients asking for a recommendation. The Ask Social Networks, you could compose a post. You would have to have already connected your social networks to Realtor.com. I'm not going to go over that in this video because honestly the last time I tried that it didn't work. So what I would recommend if you want to ask your social network is just simply go to Facebook and create a post asking for recommendations and link them to your Realtor.com profile. That's what I would do. The other thing you can do here is if you have one of these third-party services, Real Satisfied or Testimonial Tree, those are paid services that will help you collect recommendations. But if you have them already, you can connect them and import your recommendations from there into your Realtor.com profile. And last, you've got preferences. You can toggle this off or on. Just click it, it goes off. I think the default is on. Click it to turn it green, that means it's on. It's email me to approve new recommendations. I would absolutely turn that on. I can't imagine somebody trying to sabotage your profile, but I guess anything's possible. And I would just want to make sure that I saw the review, or the recommendation rather, before it hit my profile. Okay, so now on to ratings and reviews. Back over to the left, I'll click ratings and reviews. This is supposed to be transaction based, specifically a closed transaction. So the first thing I want you to see is on the right, my current rating is 0. Well, I don't want that to show on my profile because that would be a little, embarrassing. So if you don't have any, let's turn that off and just not show it at all. So under preferences on the right, you've got publicly display your ratings on your Realtor.com profiles. I have mine turned off. If I wanted to turn it on, I just click it. It will refresh and turn green, and now it's on, and now it will show 0 on my profile, so I'm going to turn it back off. The other thing you have is email me a reminder upon closing to get a review. So you can leave that turned on. And again, with Real Satisfied and Testimonial Tree, you can connect and import your ratings and reviews. Let's request a new one. If I click request a new review, the first thing it wants is the property transaction data. So that's the first thing I would have to fill out. If I had one to fill in, the second thing I would go to is I would click next. It would take me over to the client information so it could email the request for a review. But I'm going to cancel that out, and that's it. It's that simple. So there you have it. That's how you can request reviews on Realtor.com and add your recommendations or request recommendations. Just remember, reviews are tied to a transaction. If you don't have any reviews, you can make it not display on your profile. That's what I would recommend. And recommendations can be a buyer or seller or renter, or it can be anyone else you know that just wants to recommend you. So it's pretty easy. It's free with your Realtor.com profile. So check it out today. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or give me a call, and I'll be happy to set up an appointment to go over it with you. Take care.